Greetings, warriors! My name's Pretty, and we have yet another Resplendent review. This time, oh gosh, I have many things to say about this one. But, if you haven't seen previous Resplendent reviews, pretty much what I do is I talk about the categories next to my head and analyze the design and how well it fits into the new realm. So, before we get into Matthew, next to me is the design aesthetic for Nifl. So, they got this lovely teal color, which I so adore. Not really, I really hate this teal color. I hate it so much. It would be so good for like an aquatic realm, but no, for the land of ice we get teal instead of like an icy blue. Besides that, there's lots of long capes, lots of snowflake lace. Typically, there are a lot of diamond shapes in their attire, and tunics. Tunics are very important to the Nifl design aesthetic. Now let's talk about Matthew. The art is a big improvement. I will say that. The art looks good. He does have the snowflake lace. He does have the long cape that's kind of like a scarf similar to Yogurt. So, that makes sense. They're both kind of dagger units. So, he's got feathers actually up by his neck. Creates a very interesting silhouette on him. And he's got the tunic, yay, in that lovely teal color. Lovely teal color. My problem with Matthew is just the overall vibe, if that makes sense. So, I get some Nifl characters have the red cloak. That's fine. It ties in with their original design, and I would be okay with it, but it just feels like there's such an incomplete balance of colors on Matthew. If you look at the Nifl designs, even Yogurt, who's a dagger unit, they have a lot of gold. Matthew, not so much. He has brown, more brown than any of the actual Nifl characters, so that's a thing. I feel like he would look a lot better to me personally if he had more gold. So his armbands being gold instead of brown, his boots mainly being gold instead of brown. He's also lacking a lot of the details, I guess, on the attire and the clothing that Nifl characters usually have. Sure, he's got the white diamonds on his tunic. Awesome, good for him. But he's missing a lot of detail. It just feels kind of plain compared to other Nifl characters, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. It just doesn't fit exactly right. So overall, it's not bad. I can be nitpicky all I want, but if I were to look at him compared to the other Nifl Resplendents, he would fit. I'm not saying he's one of the top tier ones for sure, but he's not the worst, So I think I'm going to give Matthew a solid 6 out of 10, I think. Because he has a lot of the design elements, it's just lacking the detail that a lot of Nifl Resplendents tend to have. Now we dive into his backstory and personality and see how well it fits into the theming of Newspell. Newspell! Nifl. I don't know why I said Newspell, but I said Newspell. Anyways, the theming for Nifl is fragile, strong sense of familiar bonds, feelings, kind of a lot more emotional and a lot more focused on family. Now, will Matthew fit? I have no idea because I've never played his game. So, if you want spoilers, skip them. skip this section if you don't want him. And I'm going to just read his personality off of the Fire Emblem Wiki. Let's go. Matthew's demeanor is cheerful and optimistic at best, rarely ever set back by the situation at hand, no matter how dire the situation may be. Carrying an air of aloofness about him, he usually tends to give sarcastic responses veiled in foxjoy to most threats and conversations thrown at him, with Hector and Oswin generally being on the receiving end of his smarminess. Despite this seemingly gung-ho attitude of Matthew, he is absolutely loyal to Hector, willing to go the extra mile to help shoulder any burdens that his lord may secretly be holding. Matthew adopts a more serious and solemn attitude following Layla's death. This extends to him developing a hatred for the Black Fan, including him to react with excessive outrage when Jafar confesses to murdering Layla. So, yeah, he does not fit. Not at all. Because, like, he's a jokester, and he really doesn't have any sense of fragility. I mean, after something traumatic happened, he does become a little more serious. But that's not fragility. That's going through trauma. And he likes making jokes. He likes to be a thorn in people's side, essentially. And, like, that's not what Nifl represents. So it's a little weird to me that he's a Nifl. Honestly, I feel like he would have been super, super good as, like, either Nidavellir or Asker. Because those more are surrounded by a sense of duty. Nidavellir is probably my top choice for him because Nidavellir is more of, like, a sense of duty to self. And then Asker is more a sense of duty to a country, sense of righteousness, you know, and that kind of stuff. And he's dedicated to Hector and to Layla. And I don't know, I just don't sense any fragility or familial bonds. I know it was just a short snippet of his personality. I haven't played this game, obviously, so please let me know if I'm totally off the rocker and, like, he does have, like, fragility to him and, like, strong familiar bonds and feelings and stuff, but I don't see that from, reading it. So I'm gonna give him a flat 0 out of 10.
This spy has already breached our defenses. Seen what he's done to our colleagues. And worst of all, he could be any one of us. He could be in this very room. He could be you. He could be me. He could even...
Oh! What? It was obvious. He's the red spy. Watch. He'll turn red any second now. Any second now. See? Red! No, wait. That's blood.
So, we still got problem.
Big problem. All right, who's ready to go find this spy?
Right behind you.
Now on to my personal opinions. I just am not... I'm whelmed. I'm not overwhelmed. I'm underwhelmed. He exists, honestly. I appreciate the art upgrade. It's very nice. Like, the art itself is good. The posing's great. I love how his dagger looks. His dagger looks really cool. And the snowy effects for his special art, nice. I don't know, it's not doing much for me. And I was kind of hopeful that since the last Nifl Resplendent was Sarah, that they'd lean more into this teal, like this lighter blue color than the teal for Nifl, and just didn't. And that makes me sad. That makes me very, very sad. I want this freaking teal color to be gone. Make icy blue, like Nifl, like the god Nifl. It looks so good, and so many of them would look so good. But no, we have teal. I'm gonna be so mad. This is a little pretty tangent here. I'm gonna be so mad if we ever get like an aquatic realm, you know, like mermaids, you know, all of that fantasy stuff, and their color is like light blue. If their color is light blue, I'm gonna be so furious. I mean, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I mean, it would be kind of cool, but I would be so mad if those colors were light blue. Because when you think of the ocean, you think of teal. When you think of ice, you think of white. Very light blue, like a glacier. Not this teal. I hate this teal so much. So much. Anywho, my personal ranking, I think I'm just gonna give him like a 4. I'm not personally attached to Matthew. I'm not really personally attached to this outfit. It really doesn't do anything special. And now he goes on my tier list. Let's see. I definitely think he is gonna sit in C tier. I think I'm going to put him in between Kagero and Nino. Funnily enough, Black Fang character. Not bad, but it's not one that I would care to really build. Like, anybody in the B tier, I'd be willing to use their Resplendent arts. If their base art isn't Kipu. But, you know, like, I have built up Tana, and I like using her. She's very fun. But I just don't really see myself using Matthew. Anyways, what's your thoughts on Matthew's Resplendent? Are you kind of just lukewarm, or are you like over the moon? Or I've seen a lot of people being like, I want to cancel FEH Pass because all of the past ones have been kind of lukewarm for me and not very fun. And I totally get it. Matthew really should have been here, in my opinion. Like, I'm happy for Matthew fans, but like, I don't know, he just doesn't feel like a strong choice like Effie was. Effie was such a good choice. She looks so good. I can't wait to build her. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. I'm working on a couple of videos behind the scenes. It's just taking a little bit of time because toddler stuff, but yeah, that should be more videos and stuff coming soon, I promise. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. Keep fighting your battles, and I will see you next time.